What's up, world? This is your girl P. So, how to discern distractions? What are distractions? Distractions are things or people that keep your focus off of God, right? If it's not taking you towards God, it's a distraction. If it's pulling you away from God, and God really is you, yourself, meaning like because the Spirit of God lives in us. The spirit of the devil can live in you too, depending on how low your vibration is, right? Your shadow side, or whichever energy you operate out of, But we're not being negative here, just letting you know. But when the spirit of God lives in you, it's like you strive to become the highest version of yourself. And when you're on the road to success and you're trying to elevate in your life, sometimes you can be distracted by people and things, and places. I mean, you could be distracted by places, but you have to go there. You know what I'm saying? But when distractions come to you, it could pull you off your path. And a lot of times we are not able to discern to decipher what is a distraction and what isn't. Who is a distraction and who isn't. You know what I'm saying? Because we're conditioned to we program our own selves a lot of times, that we get complacent in the things that we do, and we're so routinish and stuck in our way that we can't see anything outside of that. And so when you are a person that may be routinish, or if you're a person that move around like me, unfortunately, I might have that Gemini energy excuse me, to move around, which I'm glad that I do, because if I find myself being stuck in a pattern, it's easy for me to break the habit. If I really want to break the habit, I can use that energy to break it. But it's hard for people who are routinish and stuck in one way, and just do the same thing over and over and over again. So you can become distracted, or and a lot of times it's sometimes people will look at your life from the outside looking in and see your life as something that they may want, and then they'll try to sabotage it, right? But a distraction is, like I said, is something taking you away from your purpose. It's taking you away from God. It's taking away from you becoming the highest version of yourself. So I'll use myself as an example, as always. I love that disclaimer. Okay. Um, a distraction for me would be social media, even though I'm on social media, right? But because I'm walking in my purpose and being used by God. You know what I'm saying? I'm not coming into people's life trying to bring them down. I'm trying to help pull people up. I'm trying to help them see the light. I'm trying to help them see the truth from the vantage point that I stand. Whether they choose to look in my direction or go in the direction or whatever the case may be, it's totally up to them, because we all have free will. But at the same time, I have good intentions, and I'm not a distraction. And uh what I like to say is, like, basically, when I first got my idea, like my idea literally started from a little small idea, and I thought I was gonna do DIY with it, do it yourself type of thing. And my idea snowballed because it was during the coronavirus when all of that was going on, and I was trying to start my own businesses and stuff. I was coming up with ideas of trying to start my own business. At first, I was going to teach astrology with my own website, and I did get my own website, and I wanted to teach people, and it wasn't gaining traction. People wasn't listening because somewhere someone said that astrology is the devil. Excuse me. So once a person puts something out like a rumor out like that, and people these days are so gullible. They'll believe negativity over positivity any day. Somebody tell you something negative about a person, you're going to believe it, and people like to hear it because that's the vibration you're on. If you are a person that are distracted by gossip, like if somebody tell you, "Oh, girl, guess what? Or, hey, man, did you hear about this?" And your eyebrows perk up, and you get it wake your spirit up, and you're already all, ears, and you're ready to listen. And that's the vibration you're on. You're negative. You're low vibrational, and you may not even know it, because gossip is, you're attracted to gossip. So, you know, and people get distracted by gossip because they love to hear something bad about a person. And whoever that person is that like to spread, stuff like that, then, more power to that person, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I was on a mission to do, because I got called and I was trying to find my footing. And I remember talking to my friend, and I was having a conversation with my friend, and I was telling him that, God was telling me to speak, and I was getting these birds flying around, and the birds was, I was getting signs from birds and stuff that just kept flying around. And he was like, it'll come to you, whatever God wanted me to do. He was like, it'll come to me, and I said, oh, well, I know God wanted me to speak, God wanted me to speak or whatever. And this before I started speaking, but I was saying that was God was telling me to do, is to speak. And he was like, well, I know a lot of people scared to go after their dream. The people don't go after their dreams because they're scared. And it never dawned on me that, a person will be scared, but it's always projection. But where the distractions come in at is that you'll have people. I'm offering people to start to work with me. And I'm naive at this point, because I'm not knowing what I really have. Um when I had it, I knew it was a great, great, great idea, but I'm not really knowing what I had. And I'm offering people to work with me, but the people that I was offering to work with me were looking at me like I was trying to use them for money. And I'm saying to myself, like, you don't see my idea? Like, you don't see how good my idea is at? There's not too many companies that will come and offer a person a position. You got to come in with qualifications. You have to have experience. You have to have all of this. But I'm just giving it to you because I'm being used by God, and you're not seeing me as a blessing, because you can show up in a person's life as a devil, and you can show up in the spirit of God. And when you show up in the spirit of God, you come to bless. You know what I'm saying? And so, but they were looking at me as if I was trying to use them for money. And I'm saying to myself, like, you can't get something for nothing. You're going to benefit off of it. If you're a vest, you'll be benefiting off of it, but you want something for nothing. You just want me to give you something. You don't want to do anything. So those are why those things didn't work out. But I guess they saw me as a distraction. But I was pulling them towards God. I wasn't pushing them away. And so, I'm not saying that the direction they chose isn't of God. I don't know what direction they chose. I just know that I was walking in my purpose, and I was going towards God. So people could look at me as a distraction, but I was offering them a blessing. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't take it. And I'm not upset about it. I didn't understand, because I went to a lot of people, and, because I have that Venus and Aries energy, where I was learning about starting a business. It was saying that, in the research that I was doing, it was saying, like, go towards, different companies that's in the same, that do, like, do in the same kind of like field that you in or whatever. So I would go to different companies that sold things and stuff like that. And they still was overlooking it because they saw me as a distraction. Right. And so they saw me as a distraction. It's like, shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe, whatever, But it was good that, see, in at that time, I couldn't understand why people are not seeing my idea. Why are they acting like my stuff ain't nothing? Like, but I'm saying to myself, it wasn't as big as it is now as it was then. And it still ain't out there yet, right? That's because it's big, let me tell you. Because at the time, I didn't even have my sister company. I didn't even have my subsidiary. I didn't even manifest that yet. So I didn't even have that idea yet. And that's why it was meant for all of those things to happen the way that it did. But again, they thought I was a distraction. that I came into their life to distract them away from what they were doing. But I was a blessing to them and they didn't see it. And so it's like now when I look at as a distraction, and when you look it up, and well, if you Google it, or you could go in the Bible like Samson and Delilah, you could look at all of these different biblical metaphors, the stories in the Bible, virtue principles and metaphors, or you could Google it. What is a distraction? A distraction is something to take your focus off of God. But if you were already distracted and a person came in your life that is focused on God, that means I came into your life to put your focus on God, but you pushed it away. And you didn't want to put your focus on God because you were stuck in your ways and God was trying to get your attention, but God used me to get your attention. But you didn't want to put your focus on God because whatever you was doing was more important. And so sometimes people it's self sabotage because you really don't know who's a distraction and who's not, because a lot distraction could be your cell phone, it could be books, it could be social media, it could be somebody you entertaining that just occupying your mind, and you know what I'm saying, because you live a boring life and you just got somebody in your life that's keeping you off of keeping your mind off of reality. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to face reality, so you're dealing with you could have a bad habit, like when I used to smoke cigarettes. It was keeping you, it was a distraction, you know what I'm saying? And then you can't see your life without that distraction because you're so used to having that distraction. It's like it's my comfort zone. It's like if I let this go, what am I going to do? You replace it with a purpose, you know what I'm saying? And it was something that'll take your focus off of it, but it's a distraction because it's distracting you from reality. When you let go of your distraction, I'm telling you, if you was to let go of distraction and you face reality, you're not gonna like your reality because you don't want to face your reality when you remove distraction. So once I removed distraction, it just let me know that, you know what I'm saying, I really wasn't doing anything, you know what I'm saying, with my life. And but now it's like, I just get, the devil trying to stop me from my purpose. But again, you can never stop a person from getting anything that God has for them, because what God has for you is for you, and no man can stop it. No man or woman can stop it. Whatever is meant for you is going to be for you. It's going to be yours. It's going to be yours regardless of who try to do whatever they try to do, you know. But at the time, like, I was trying to find my footing, and I was trying to share the information that I'm sharing now. But you know, it wasn't going anywhere because somebody spread a rumor. And I don't know why people do stuff like that, because I would never do like anything like that to anyone else. I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? But everything happened for a reason. And you literally could be a person could literally be put into your life to distract you from your own blessing, but you will never know if you have small distraction distracting you from it. You know what I'm saying? I just look at it like this, especially if you're a grown adult. How can you be distracted? Like, at the end of the day, it's like you have to wake up at some point in your life, you know what I'm saying? Because if you never wake up, it's like, I had this conversation with someone, because sometimes people wonder how I don't look my age, because when I tell them how old I am, they don't believe it. You don't look like it. I said, because it's this is how it goes. Either you're growing or you're aging. It's one of the two. Either you're going to grow as a person or you're going to sit there and age. When you're not doing anything with your life, you start aging. You could be going to work and all of that, but you're going to be aging. You're not growing, because when you're growing mentally in your mind, you're gonna, it's like you age backwards. But when you're not doing anything and you just stuck in one way and routine-ish and just keep doing the same thing, you're gonna realize that you're aging. You're gonna end up looking at yourself, and you're gonna see that you're getting older, and you're gonna be able to see it because you're not doing anything. You're aging, and you're not growing. So it's, you have to make a choice. Am I gonna grow, or am I gonna just age? Because when you're aging, you just start, your body, you just start deteriorating, and you'll be able to see it. So it's like, it's a choice. These distractions, what I'm saying, all it's doing is distracting you from what the reality is that you getting older and you're aging, or you're gonna be growing, one of the two. And I always have to say this, like, what I'm saying, in order for you to stop with anything that's gonna take your life down here, you have to love yourself. Because self-love is the best love. You have to love yourself in order to want to change. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you're gonna look up and time is gonna pass you by, and you're gonna be able to see that time on yourself. So either you're gonna be aging, or you're gonna grow. You know? And so that's all I have for you. And I holler though. One love. Peace.